Here's a really good breakdown of how to buy or even sell a vehicle without a title, as provided by a good, reputable resource. That's Kelley Blue Book. Kelley Blue Book is one of the highest rated vehicle valuation services, and they publish information occasionally about vehicle transactions. And this article came out earlier this year, how to sell a car without a title, and it gives you good information, not only how to sell a car, but what if you bought a car without a title, and what do you do? So it says you're trying to sell a car but don't have a title. What do you do, right? First thing is you want to make sure it's not stolen, and if it's stolen, then you're out of luck, and that's not going to go anywhere. Buying or selling a vehicle without proof of ownership is illegal in most jurisdictions. Think about that. Buying or selling a vehicle without proof of ownership is illegal in most jurisdictions. What that means is almost every state has a law in the books that says you can't sell a car without a title. You can't buy a car without a title. Now, that doesn't mean that the SWAT team FBI is going to swoop in and look for you if you're buying a car without a title, but it does mean that they take it pretty seriously. So what do you do? Well, here's one suggestion. Replace the title, meaning that if you're the legal owner and you have a title record in your name, you can just contact your local DMV and get a duplicate title. That's only going to work if the last title was already in your name. But if it was in your name, it's very easy and cheap to do. Just go to DMV, bring your photo ID. They will look it up in the system, say, yep, you're the owner. Here's your new title. Some states only charge $2 for that. So what are your other options? Well, alternate titling options. They mention abandoned vehicle or repair bills. Well, most states don't allow you to file for an abandoned vehicle to keep the car. They allow you to file for an abandoned vehicle to have it towed away and they auction it off. But some states, here's a perfect example, in the state of Virginia, they have an abandoned vehicle process. They call it AVP. When is a vehicle considered abandoned? 48 hours, private property, without consent. What is the process? The state law automates the AVP where you have to meet certain criteria. How does it work? You have to first get the prior owner information from the Virginia DMV. The DMV will send a certified letter advising them to remove the vehicle from the property. You have to let that happen first. If they remove the vehicle, game over. If they don't remove the vehicle or no owners found, if it's not claimed within 15 days, then you must post an intent to auction the vehicle. You must post your intention within 30 days from when you first become eligible or the vehicle is inactivated. Otherwise, you have to start over. You have to post that auction for 21 days before you auction it off. It says the governments can't do this, only people can, and companies. You can do trailers. Here's where it talks about the process a little bit more. What documents must be submitted to title the abandoned vehicle? You have to have a title application. You have to have a removal certificate. You have to have that AVP receipt. And you have to have proof that all those things that were required, the auction, the notices, were done. This is a rare exception. Most states don't allow you to do this. But if you're in Virginia, you're in good shape. What if you're not in Virginia? Well, some states do not issue titles for a certain year of a vehicle. So if it's an older car, all you need is a bill of sale. But you have to make sure that your state qualifies. For example, in the state of Georgia, they don't give titles for vehicles older than 20 years. So if the car's 20 years or older, then you don't need a title, you just need a bill of sale. Sometimes you can just have a buyer purchase a car without a title and make it their problem. Then they have to come up with the title. Getting a notary, this doesn't help you get a title, it just means that your bill of sale might have to be notarized. Look at number 8. Register your vehicle in Vermont. Imagine that. Here's Kelley Blue Book saying this is a secret weapon, but vehicles that are 15 years older. Vermont only requires registration, and that document will work as proof of ownership in the other 49 states. The Vermont loophole process, very, very common. You've heard about it. You've seen it. There's a much more detailed description on our website. You'll see a link in the description. All you need is a bill of sale. If it's 15 years old, good to go. Vermont process. So those are just a couple examples. One thing they did leave out is a bonded title. A bonded title is a very common method. You could use it for vehicles newer than 15 years. It could be a 1-year-old vehicle. You can get a bonded title. It's not abandoned, it's bonded. And this is something that is very, very common. Almost every state allows you to do it. There's about 8 states that don't allow bonded titles. But that's something that was left off this list that would be very, very important. But again, the old Vermont process is showing up everywhere. It's something that you could do yourself. Our website has all the forms and documents you need. Even we have videos that will walk you through the process, how to calculate taxes. But buying and selling a car without a title is an important thing to consider to make sure you're doing it the right way so you don't run into any trouble or your buyer doesn't run into any trouble later, because all they're going to do is call you and bother you about it.